So the question was, how are you feeling after years? People wanted this fight, this trilogy with Triple G, and how are you feeling facing him, on this important weekend of Mexican independence? Yeah, I feel great. Obviously, it's these dates are really important for Mexico, and I'm really proud to be able to represent Mexico in such an important fight.
So Saul, you said yesterday that you felt this was going to be the biggest fight of your life. Can you just explain why you said that?
One of the biggest fight of my life. I think because por la rivalidad que tenemos entre Golovkin y yo, creo que es una de las peleas que de las tres que vamos a tener, creo que va a ser la más importante. ¿Por qué? Porque él va a venir a dejar todo en esta última pelea, porque piensa que es la última y va a venir a dejar todo, entonces eso lo hace más peligroso y pues en mi caso también, ¿no? En mi caso también vengo a dejar todo arriba del cuadrilátero, a ganar y creo que por eso.
I think it's because of our rivalry, the rivalry we've had. Out of the 3 fights, I believe this one will be the most important. And also, I think the fact that he's going into this fight thinking that it might be his last makes him even more dangerous. But myself too, I'm going to leave everything in the ring in this fight.
Saúl, en esta pelea tú consideras que el lastimarlo, noquearlo y retirarlo es uno de tus más grandes objetivos, porque es hecho realmente personal para ti.
Pues mira, en todas las peleas es mi objetivo, ¿no? Y en esta no es la excepción. Y aparte, pues por todo lo que es más personal, pues todavía más le pone ese extra, ¿no? Y entrené al 100% y estoy listo para hacerlo y trataré desde el primer asalto de terminar la pelea antes del 12avo.
The question was, how do you feel, with the rivalry in this situation? Do you feel like you really want to go in and hurt your opponent here and, and finish it within the distance before the 12 rounds? And Sal's answer was, obviously I go into every fight with that objective, and this is no exception. This has obviously become personal, so you might give that extra, but I'm 100% ready for this fight, and I've prepared that way. And from the first round, I'll be going in looking to get the stoppage.
No, I wondered, he wanted, your last fight with him was, it'll be 4 years ago this weekend. He wanted to fight you right away afterwards. I'm wondering, from your point of view, what was it about doing the fight now that made you decide that now was the time to do this third fight as opposed to maybe a couple years ago or maybe even a little while after this?
Look, you don't know, guys, but in 2019 when the COVID came, we almost done to close that fight for the 2019, and then the COVID comes, and then I start fight in other weight classes, start winning titles in other weight classes, and that's what happened. And now I think we made this deal with the son and Eddie Hearns, and that's why, and I'm happy.
So did you always figure then in the back of your mind that whenever it was going to happen, that there would be a third fight?
Siempre la tenés en mente.
Eventually there would be a third fight?
After the second fight, I think it's over. But the son really want this fight, so we actually made that fight for 2019, but the COVID comes and then everything was cancelled. So, but look, I'm happy to be involved in this fight because everybody wants to see this fight.
¿Pudiera responder esa pregunta en español, aunque sea un poquito para entender el contexto?
Pues la pregunta fue de lo de la pelea, porque hasta ahorita, en el 2019 estábamos muy cerca, o creo que estuvimos, firmamos, no me acuerdo, estuvimos muy cerca de firmar esa pelea, ya nos habían mandado contrato y todo, pero pasó lo del COVID, entonces se canceló. Después empecé a pelear en otros pesos, a ganar títulos en otros pesos, y eso fue prácticamente lo que sucedió.
Same answer in Spanish, that, by the way.
Okay. For a long time, so we were all accustomed to regarding you as the best fighter in the world, fully justified in my opinion. You've let that slip slightly. Who in your opinion is the best fighter in the world now? And do you still have an aspiration, ambition to regain that place?
No, I think I'm the best fighter in the world because, nobody do what I do in boxing. Nobody take the risk like me, and I don't need to take risks. But I love challenge, and that's it. And I feel I'm still the best.
You've been pretty open about all the bad things Golovkin said about you, and he has said a lot of bad things. What kind of emotions do you feel when you see him, when you stand face to face with him?
No, I just want to punish him really hard. So that's the only thing happen in my mind, and I'm very close to do it.
What is it about him in particular that you don't like?
No, he pretend be a nice person, and he don't. And he talk a lot of shit about me. That's why I don't like. He's a good fighter. He's a great fighter. That's for sure. But as a person, I don't think so.
So the last time some of us saw you was an hour after the Bivol fight. You were disappointed, but you said life goes on. I'm going to play golf in the morning. But that week that followed, did you feel a lot of pain inside? Because
Yeah, of course. Nobody wants to lose. Nobody like to lose. I feel a lot of pain because I love what I do, and I don't want it to lose, right? But it is what it is. You need to keep forward and keep fighting. That's life.
Has it made you even more intense and even more, the hunger's come back again?
Yeah. I feel more hungry, more dangerous now.
Saúl, han sido dos peleas muy cerradas las primeras. ¿Qué tienes que hacer diferente desde el campamento hasta el día que subas al cuadrilátero para precisamente que ya no sean tan cerradas y que...
No, entrenar al 100% como siempre lo he hecho. No hay ningún secreto, entrenar, estar física y mentalmente muy bien, eso me va a llevar a la victoria. Y obviamente en este momento me siento más maduro, con más confianza, me siento en mi momento, me siento más fuerte. Creo que esa es la diferencia.
Ayuda el que haya sido para arriba en pesos, mientras que él haya tenido 4 peleas contra rivales que quizá no eran elite, por llamarlo de alguna manera.
Pues me ayuda en mi experiencia, en tener más confianza también en cuadrilátero, en estos pesos, porque si recuerdan cuando peleé la primera vez en 160 libras fue con él, entonces obviamente te da mucha confianza.
So 2 questions there. So first, two of the first fights were very close fights. What have you had to do differently in terms of your training camp and be ready physically and mentally to go and get the victory? But now I'd say I'm more mature, I've got that confidence to go into it, so that's what's different about things now. And the second question was, has it helped you the fact that you've gone up in weight? Because during that time, Gennady Golovkin has been fighting fighters that we couldn't consider to be elite fighters, Saul's answer was. I think it's kind of that experience. I think if you think about the first time that I fought at 160, it was against him, so I was going up. So I'd say I have more kind of experience now and more confidence in what I'm doing.
En ese sentido, Saúl, sobre todo en la segunda, él dijo, voy a tirar más golpes al cuerpo, terminó tirando 2 menos. Y básicamente para los que crean que es válido que él ganó, si la ganó es solo por el jab, lo superaste ampliamente en golpes de poder y en golpes al cuerpo. Es algo que a lo mejor van a cuidar, que no le vas a estar dando puntos por el jab en esta pelea.
Yo voy a hacer mi pelea, él va a tratar de hacer lo que sea para hacer sus puntos, y claro que va a hacer puntos, no es boxeo, pero al final de cuentas yo voy a hacer lo que tenga que hacer para ganar la pelea.
So the question was, in the first fight there was a lot of talk about body shots and things, and you can talk about the points that you won. Perhaps you won quite a lot of points by just using that jab. Are you going to have to kind of avoid him winning those easy points by using his jab? And Sal's answer was, and I'm just going to do my fight. I'm going to fight in the way that I know. He's obviously going to try and win his points by using whatever means necessary, but that's boxing. I just need to focus on what I'm doing.
Canelo, do you like when your opponent talks trash, like Billy Joe?
Yeah, I kind of like.
Why?
I kind of like because I train more hard and I go into the fight with I feel like more danger.
What round is the knockout coming? If I wanted to.
I don't know, but my goal is to end the fight before the 12 rounds.
Just to ask you, follow up on your question about, or your answer about risk before. There was a lot of people that were urging you to fight Triple G before you first fought him. I think when you fought Amir Khan and maybe even Cotto, right? When did you know the time was right? How did you know it? Did Eddie or somebody else advise you, hey, okay, now you can take a risk? And
No, look, I have I need to accomplish things in 154 and then go in 160. That's the thing.
Question for Eddie Reynoso. I think often when Canelo fights somebody that the opponents are improperly discredited, do you think too many people are sleeping on the fact that Golovkin knows how to fight Saul after 24 rounds and that he's going to be more dangerous because of the rivalry?
¿Sabes después de la gente tiene que tener en cuenta lo bueno que es Golovkin después de los 24 rounds que ya se ha enfrentado y que también puede aún ser un peligro en esta pelea.
No, claro, de que es un peligro, sí lo es. Vean lo que hizo en Japón. Le ganó el campeón mundial, lo noqueó y es un peleador que va a dejar de ser peligroso hasta el día que se retire. Es un tremendo boxeador y por eso nos hemos preparado.
So of course he's a really strong fighter. I think you need to see this. Look what he did in Japan. He knocked out a world champion there. I think Gennady Golovkin is going to be a dangerous fighter until the day he retires.
So, how much on your mind has been what happened with Bivol in this training camp, or has it been the bad blood with Golovkin that's really been motivating?
No, I just focus on Golovkin. Yeah, the Bivol fight is I keep forward and that's it, right? We wanna see later, but now I'm 100% focused on Golovkin and what we have with him.
But I sense there's like an extra to show people,
Yeah.
like I'm still.
I don't need to show people anything, but I need to show to myself, and I'm very happy to get back in the ring.
Canelo, how important is it for boxers like yourself to push to stand as an undisputed champion in their weight class?
Look, it's everything is important. Win is important. For my legacy is important, especially this fight. So to keep the belts is very important for me because I work a lot for win that belts, right?
Yeah, as someone who cares about legacy and of course Mexican history and all that, I mean, it's a pretty big deal to be as part of a historical legacy, right? I mean, how important is this to add to your career?
No, it's very important. It's very important because we have two really good fights and we have this the 3 fight and it's very important for me, for my country, for my legacy because everybody thinks different. When close fight comes, you think maybe I lost or he think no I win. So that's the close fights and I need to win this fight very convincing.
Do you think this will be looked upon fondly, like kind of like how we look at Pereira versus Morales and Pacquiao, Marquez, and all those great trilogies? Do you think for years later we'll be talking about Canelo?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Canelo, when you fought the Bivol fight, you were very steadfast that you wanted to fight him in the rematch, and then obviously a few weeks later you decided to decline that option. You went to do this fight with Gennady. Can you just talk to me a little bit about what was in your mind that made you ultimately decide, I'm going to leave that rematch and do this?
No, I really want the rematch in September, but Eddie can say we have that contract to fight Golovkin in September and we need to do that fight. So that's why we are here and I'm happy.
But you could have, all due respect, you could have said, you have that option, you have that right.
Yeah, no, I really want it, but obviously my team and I decide to fight Golovkin. I think it's a correct moment.
He'd also signed an agreement to fight Gennady Golovkin.
Understood. So is it is again whatever happens Saturday? Is it a possibility in your mind that you go back to look for another fight with people down the road?
We'll see that he need to win first, but I want.
Could you repeat what you said? I couldn't hear you.
Can I speak first?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were.
I think we need to see what happened in that fight first. Zurdo Ramirez, yeah. I want to Zurdo Ramirez wins. So we'll see. I'm 100% focused on this fight, and then we'll see.
Canelo, hoy platiqué con el Chepo Reynoso y dio uno de los mensajes más importantes para esta pelea. Dijo, Canelo ha representado a México, ha hecho lo mejor por su país. Canelo en el boxeo es México, y no solamente en el cuadrilátero, has ayudado a muchos mexicanos. Y me decía el Chepo más temprano, es tiempo que todo México finalmente se una en esta pelea apoyándote. ¿Qué tan importante sería el apoyo incondicional de los mexicanos en una de las peleas más importantes de tu vida?
No, mira, siempre he sentido el apoyo de los mexicanos. Aunque digan que uno no me apoyan, claro, uno no me apoyan, pero siempre he sentido el gran apoyo de los mexicanos. La mayoría de los mexicanos me apoyan y estoy muy agradecido con ellos. Y lo que yo he hecho por México lo he hecho desde el corazón. No necesitan decir eso a los 4 vientos. Lo he hecho desde el corazón y no para para que salga a relucir esto aquí, ¿no? Yo lo que hago lo hago de corazón y la verdad que siempre he sentido el apoyo de México.
¿Podrías decir que entonces no te subes solo al cuadrilátero? México se va a subir contigo este sábado.
No, pues siempre lo siento ahí. Obviamente me subo solo literalmente, pero al final de
Claro.
cuentas el apoyo, las buenas vibras de toda la gente que me apoya, pues siempre están ahí para alentarme.
So the first question was, I was speaking to Chepo before, and we were talking about how Canelo's been, fantastic for Mexico, and it's time for Mexico to kind of everyone come out and support. And do you feel that it would be really important in this fight? And do you want that unconditional support from Mexican people? And Saul's answer was, I've always felt this support from the Mexican people, and I'm, grateful, very grateful to them. But what I've done for Mexico, I've done out of purely what comes from my heart. I've not done it so people say and say great things about me. So I've always felt that kind of love for the Mexican people. And the second one was, do you feel like that they're going to be with you? Do you want them to be with you on the night? And Sal's answer was, I'm looking forward to going into the ring, and I always feel those good vibes coming from the people of Mexico when I go into the ring, so it'll be no different.